Thank you so much. First, giving honor to God. Let me just say to you, Mr. Lewis, thank you for keeping your eye on the prize and not forgetting or forsaking whose you are. So I know I get in trouble all the time when they say you work in corporate America, Sandra, you shouldn't be praying. But I have to tell them who I belong to. So I just want to thank you, Mr. Lewis. I also want to thank my friend Sally Sullivan, who's not here, who introduced me to the fishing school in 2009. I want to just first of all say to the Lewis family, to you, Mrs. Lewis, thank you for being a wonderful shero and partner to your husband, to the incredible Lewis family. Let me also say to the board of directors and to the members and to the staff of the fishing school. I was living in California at the time in which Sally asked me to come visit the fishing school. And I sat and listened to Mr. Lewis. And I went back and left to Northrop Grumman. I said, wow, we're getting ready to downsize these facilities. We got to get all that furniture over to the fishing school. And it's been that relationship ever since. And I was not raised in Mississippi, but I grew up in a family that came from Mississippi. And my mom raised her 6 children and 10 foster children by one letter. And it's that letter in your last name, Mr. Lewis. It's the letter L. And we were taught to love the Lord, to love ourselves, to love our family, to love what we do, and most of all, to love others. We were also taught that we had to listen. And we could not just listen with our ears. We had to listen with our eyes, but more so with our heart. That's you, Mr. Lewis. Thank you for listening. But we also were taught that we had to learn, and that learning was not just in a classroom, but it's in the lives and the people that you meet along the way. I'm so proud of those young 5 women, because that's where the learning started for them. We were also taught we had to lift others up and not tear them down. You've been lifting for a mighty long time, and we thank you for the lifting. But we were also taught we had to lead, that it was not enough to sit on the sideline to say, what you gonna do? You've been a leader ever since, and we thank you for your leadership. But we were also taught we had to lean, that there will be times that individuals would have to lean on us, and we would have to lean on them. Thank you for the leaning that you have allowed so many young people and their families to do. We thank you so much. But lastly, we were taught we had to have a legacy. Your legacy will live on forever. And as they sung today, I thought about one song, because my mom was a singer. And she used to sing a song that says, let the work I've done speak for me. Let the work I've done speak for me. Mr. Lewis, your work speaks loud. It speaks proud. And we're so honored. I'm honored just to be able to receive this award. I want to say, as I take my seat, to my shero, who Jackie and I went to college together. We graduated from the School of Public Administration at the University of Southern California. Little did we know that the Lord and that the fishing school would bring us back together. And so when Jackie said, will you give $5,000? I said, well, she didn't say 10, so I ain't raising my hand. So I would be remiss if I did not do more. And so I know Northrop Grumman. That company has allowed me and blessed me to serve as president of their foundation. I've been there 35 years. I tell the story to young people every day that when I started, I had 27 cents in my pocket. And then I told when I got my job, I needed a ride to get to my summer interview at Northrop Grumman. And a friend of mine in the dorm, we raised $3 so that he could drive me from my school dorm to my interview. And when we rode up to the building, it said $15 to park. And he looked at me and I looked at him. I said, just drop me off and I'll find you because I got to get this job. So the Lord has blessed me in a mighty way. And so earlier today, I gave a check, personal, not Northrop Grumman, of $10,000. And so I will say this, Mr. Lewis, because I've seen the work. I know the work firsthand, and I know what it takes. So Jackie, to you, Mr. Lewis, to your family, to everyone associated with the fishing school, I will commit personally another $25,000. Thank you so very much.